I know this is futile, but I just gotta flip this bad boy. All right, let's flip this. Oh. That log is frozen into the ground. Oh, this is futile. Oh man. Oh, I'll tell you, rattlers, you know, herping in Minnesota this time of year obviously sucks. Oh, so many frozen boogers, but you know, being cooped up because of COVID, because it's winter, you just gotta get out here and kind of go through the motions, even though you know you're not gonna find anything. But it got me thinking that, you know, in about 5 or 6 hours from now, I could actually be in the warm Florida sunshine, actually herping. Ah, so much better. All right, let's go find some snakes.
I'm Dave Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures.
At Rainbow Mealworms, we grow all our insects 100% naturally so that you get the freshest, most lively feeders on the market. So for all your reptile food needs, place your order today at rainbowmealworms.net.
You know, guys, it's pretty ironic that right now, if it wasn't for COVID, I'd be back in the Australian outback this time of year, but you know, I'll tell you, Florida is not the second best thing. Florida is actually one of the most awesome places to find snakes and lizards in North America, simply because of the species diversity that is here. So I'm gonna start this reptile adventure wandering around this area, and hopefully we're gonna find some really awesome coolnesses. Awesome coolnesses. I said it now, it's a word. All right, so sitting right in this little sunning patch in between all these bushes here, that is a southern black racer. These are really common snakes here in Florida, but as soon as I take a step forward, he's gonna run and completely disappear. You know, when you see a little racer like that sitting in the leaves, there is a 99.9% chance that you are not going to get that snake. They are super fast. They disappear in plain sight. If they get into those bushes, they are gone. Not only that, but there's no way to quietly approach them. So with that first step and he feels that vibration, man, they're gone. But it was really cool to see a black racer out here. Hopefully, we're gonna see another one. All right, there's a snake up in that tree. I haven't identified it yet. Where'd it go? There it is, there it is, there it is. It's way up there. See him right there? I don't know what he is yet. Looks like a racer. I got him, I got him, I got him. Oh, woo! Holy crap. Oh, that is a coachwhip. That is my first Florida coachwhip. Woo! And he's surly. Oh yeah. Oh man, look at this beauty. Holy crap, I never expected to find one of these. Woo! Good to meet you, buddy. So guys, have a look at this. I never expected to see a coachwhip down here in Florida. They are obviously here, but I don't know if they're common or not. And all the times I've been herping in Florida, I am yet to find one of these down here. So this is my lifer. And man, if he was on the ground, he would be like that racer, just greased lightning. I would have never gotten him. Because he was in that tree, I was able to get him down safely without hurting the snake. But man, look at this beautiful snake. If you look at that tail, that is why they're called a coachwhip. They actually have a body shape that looks like a whip. And I want to show you guys this tail. There's the cloaca, and look at how long this tail is. They have one of the longest tails of any snakes. And usually these guys are really jumpy and really bitey. But man, this guy's actually quite well behaved for a wild strip of lightning that I just pulled out of a tree. All right, so this is the tree that I caught him in. I'm just gonna put him right back in the tree and let him go back to hunting. There you go, buddy. You know, guys, this is the reason why I love Herping, Florida. Because of the species diversity of reptiles and amphibians, you never know what you're going to find, and you can always find those unexpected surprises like that coachwhip. But I'll tell you, coachwhips, like their racer cousins, they are heat-loving snakes. They are out here in the very hottest part of the day. And when you see nothing but racers and coachwhips, well, that could be an indicator that it's just too hot for all the other species that I want to see out here. So guys, it turns out that I was right about it getting too hot to see anything but heat-loving snakes and lizards at the last spot. So I drove down here to South Florida, where it's hotter. Hi, buddy. So I have met this gator several times in this pond right here, and I know that because he's got kind of a sore eye on the other side of his head there. But look at this, I'm just standing here right on this bridge abutment here. Buckment? Is that a bridge abutment? What the hell is it called? And he is right there. But there's also a female that hangs out here that I haven't seen yet, but it's good to see you again, buddy. And again, there's another one that hangs out here. She may show up, but again, what would a Florida herping video be without alligators? Oh, there's the female right there. She just came up. Look at this. He's coming right up to me. How's it going, buddy? Look at this. I am literally standing right here, and he's just coming right up to me. And now you can really see that sore eye that he has there. And that's how I know that I've met this alligator before. That is so cool. So this gator has no fear of me, and I think what's happening is that tourists are coming and they're feeding these wild gators, and that is really not a good thing to do, because what happens is that these gators will then lose their fear of humans, as you can see here. And so if a tourist comes along, has something in their hand that this guy wants to eat, he's going to do what a gator does, and then guess who's going to get blamed for it? Not the tourists. This guy's going to get blamed for it, for doing nothing different than what a gator would ordinarily do. Look at this big bruiser. Hiya, buddy. This is a big old snapping turtle crossing the road here. Hi, buddy. Look at how dark his shell is and how dark his skin is. He's almost black. And the reason why he's so dark is because there's so much cypress down here, and that puts tannin in the water, and that darkens the water. Hence, we get dark turtles down here. So, he going that way, buddy? I'm just gonna let him go crawl on his own, but super cool to see a big old Florida snapping turtle down here. All right, you guys, so I just stopped at this little pool over here. There's like 4 or 5 little baby gators over here. Some of them look like they just hatched within the past month or so. Man, these guys are so cute. You know, when I'm down in this part of Florida, I love seeing these little baby gators because it's the sign that these guys are doing quite well and the next generation is already getting a really good head start. And the reason why I just love seeing these babies down here is 50 years ago, if somebody spotted an alligator in South Florida, it was such a rare occurrence that it actually made the newspaper. Alligators were critically endangered in the 60s. They were almost hunted to extinction down here. Now, there are thousands of them all over their range, not just here in Florida, but all the way to Texas, all the way north to North Carolina. I just love seeing little babies like that because knowing that they were almost hunted to extinction And now seeing the numbers of them here, and the crocodile population here in South Florida is also really on the rise. American crocodiles were almost never seen down here. They were so rare, and now they're getting common in places. So if you've ever wondered if conservation efforts actually do work, if they actually do make a difference, yes, conservation efforts do work. Just look at the American alligator and its rebound from the brink of extinction. All right, look at this, guys. This is a Florida green water snake. So this is a good time to introduce Devin over there. He's herping with me tonight. This is our first snake of the night. Yeah, he's just loving that warm road. So when it cools down at night, hey, where are you going? There you go.
There we go. I'm about to get bit to hell. There
All right, guys, have a look at this. This is a Florida green water snake, and he was just sitting on the road. And what snakes will do when they sit on the road at night is they will flatten out their bellies and they will just suck up as much heat off that road as they possibly can. Now, these guys are really big biters, so I'm gonna hold him like this, but look at that cool pattern he has. These are just really cool little water snakes out here, and I don't want to get bit by him because water snakes, they have an anticoagulant in their saliva, and when they bite you, you bleed, and then you don't stop bleeding.
She got me good. I'm bleeding like a stuck pig.
So this is in the genus Nerodia, and Florida has more species and subspecies within that genus than anywhere else in the country. But the genus Nerodia is a really wide-ranging genus. They go all the way from Canada down here to Florida, across to Texas, and all the way up to the Canadian border again. I'm gonna say this right now, and it's the most true statement I may have ever uttered on this channel. A herper's hands are never fully healed.
Yeah.
So guys, when you're down here road cruising South Florida, every once in a while you just gotta get out of your car and walk around with a flashlight, because you could be seeing things that are really cool that just don't happen to be crossing the road when you're driving by. Like these two beauties. These are two wild corn snakes that we found within probably 10 feet of each other. And if you look at this one right here, this one has a meal that she probably just ate, probably a frog or a lizard or a small rodent. But I don't want to handle these guys too long, because what'll happen is that if a snake thinks that it's under attack, it'll regurgitate, it'll puke up that meal to basically lighten the load so that they can get away faster, and I don't want this beauty to lose her hard-earned meal. But this is what wild corn snakes look like. Look at those colors. These are just amazing snakes. And we're so used to seeing all the morphs, but I'll tell you, a wild type corn snake, man, these guys are just beautiful in and of themselves. So these corn snakes, they're also rat snakes. They're in the genus Pantherophis. And the other name for corn snakes is red rat snakes. I actually think red rat snakes is a much better name for these guys than corn snakes. But if you look at their bellies there, it kind of superficially looks like Indian corn, and that's where they get their name corn snake. A lot of people think that these guys are hanging around in barns, and farmers are the ones who actually named them corn snakes, but that's actually a misnomer. That's not where these guys get their name from. They actually get their name from that Indian corn looking belly. I'm not gonna handle them much longer. I just really wanted to show you how cool wild looking corn snakes are. I'm gonna go release these right where I caught them. Hopefully they're gonna find a couple of more meals. But if I had to guess, these guys are only a few months old. I'm sure these guys are 2020s, But at this size, when food is not readily available or when food is abundant, these guys will grow more. When food is not readily available, they won't grow as fast. So it's really difficult to tell the age of a wild snake, but I'm gonna guess that these guys are under a year old and they were out just cruising through the grass looking for their meal, and one of them got it. There you go, guys. Well, buddy, I'd love to hang out with you more, but you can go. Go on. There you go, guys. All right, guys, take a look at this. Look at that. That is a monster bullfrog. I am going to boop you.
Don't send that thing at me.
See ya! Look at this, guys. I don't even know if that's a lifer for me. That is a peninsula ribbon snake. Wow. Come here, little buddy. Come here. So this is one of the ribbon snakes that you're gonna find down here. And again, I'm gonna have to look up to see if this is my lifer or not, but I haven't found a lot of these if I found one before. And ribbon snakes are related to garter snakes, but they're much more thin-bodied than garter snakes are. But these guys have pretty much the same habits. They live in the same habitats as garter snakes. They have very similar diets. But look at this guy. So he's got the lateral stripes on the side, but look at the dorsal stripe. It's really faint. And on these, it's almost absent. But the coolest thing about this find is that we just turned around about 100 feet down that way and came back this way. And when we passed this way before, this guy hadn't started crossing the road yet. So sometimes it pays to turn around and cover that same stretch of road that you were just on not 10 minutes ago. All right, guys, it's a totally new night. I'm gonna go road cruising here. This time, I'm totally on my own out here in the Florida wilderness. There are Florida panthers out there. There are skunk apes out there. Huh, good thing I'm a Sasquatch. All right, we got our first snake of the night. Oh, look at this beauty. Whoa. Hi, little guy, let me see your belly. White belly, that's a scarlet snake. What a honey. So have a look at this little honey of a snake. This is a scarlet snake, and I find these guys every time I cruise down this road, and I was hoping I'd find one tonight. But man, look at that. Look at the colors on this guy. So if you look at those bands, that is a coral snake mimic, just like scarlet king snakes. But that's what it looks like on its dorsum. But if you look at the belly, it's plain white. And if it was a scarlet king snake, those bands and colors would wrap all the way around the belly. These scarlet snakes actually feed primarily on the eggs of other reptiles, and they actually have enlarged teeth, and they use those to cut open the eggs that are too big to swallow whole. They will also occasionally eat small frogs and lizards, but primarily, these guys are egg eaters. Like I said, I see these guys every time I road cruise this road, seen a ton of them, but I'll never stop getting excited at seeing yet one more. Well, guys, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been out here for a few hours. I've got an hour drive back to my hotel, and I need to be up and out by like 6 or 7 in the morning tomorrow. So anyway, guys, it's getting really chilly. There's not a lot moving out here, but that's okay, because this time of year, it is so much better than herping back home in Minnesota. So anyway, I'm gonna be down here in Florida for a while, filming a lot more really awesome episodes, so keep an eye out for those uploads. And as always, thanks for watching. And until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.